Good afternoon, and welcome to this public hearing held by the County Oswego Industrial Development Agency. My name is Austin Huhtamaki, CEO of the County Oswego Industrial Development Agency, and I'm joined by Kevin Montagne, CFO of the County Oswego Industrial Development Agency. It is 3:31 on Tuesday, January 6th. I'm going to read, this public hearing, we had a notice of this public hearing that was published on December 27, 2025 in the Fulton Daily News. And as part of this, I'm going to read an excerpt from that public hearing notice. So apologize, we'll get through this and then we can get to other parts. But notice of public hearing pursuant to New York General Municipal Law, Section 859-A on proposed project and financial assistance notice is hereby given. At a public hearing pursuant to Section 859A of the New York General Municipal Law will be held by the County Oswego Industrial Development Agency, on the 6th day of January 2026 at 3:30 p.m. local time at the Fulton Municipal Building, 141 South 1st Street, Fulton, New York, 13069, in connection with the following matter. Huhtamaki Incorporated, a foreign business corporation organized and existing under the laws of the state of Kansas, and authorized to do business in the state of New York, known as the company, submitted an application to the agency on or about November 25th, 2025, known as the application, copies of which are on file at the office of the agency, requesting that the agency consider undertaking a project, known as, going forward as the project, consisting of A, the acquisition or continuation of a leasehold interest or sub-leasehold interest in all or a portion of approximately 23 acres of improved real property being part of various parcels of certain real property located at 100 State Street in the city of Fulton, New York, Oswego County, now known as the land. And then 2, the construction, reconstruction, renovation, rehabilitation of existing buildings known as the manufacturing facility, the existing buildings, and related supporting systems and associated infrastructure on the land for the use as a manufacturing distribution facility, focused on the manufacturing of food packaging products, including disposable tableware, food service packaging, and cups serving the food and beverage packaging markets, collectively known as the facility. And 3, the acquisition of and installation in the facility of various machinery, equipment, furnishings, and other tangible personal property, known as the equipment. The land, facility, and equipment are hereinafter collectively referred to as the project facility. B, the granting of certain financial assistance in the form of an exemption from state and local sales tax and use tax and real property taxes, known as the financial assistance. C, the appointment of the company and or its designee as an agent of the agency in connection with the acquisition, construction, reconstruction, renovation, rehabilitation, and equipping of the project facility. And D, the lease or sublease of the land and facility by the company to the agency pursuant to a lease agreement, the acquisition of an interest in the equipment pursuant to a bill of sale, and the sublease of the project facility back to the company pursuant to a sublease agreement. The company has requested that the agency enter into a payment in lieu of tax agreement, known as the proposed pilot agreement. The company will be the initial owner and operator of the project facility. You always have to say that the company will be the owner of the project facility, but it's just legal language we have to have in here. The agency, it's important to understand this too, the agency has not made a decision with respect to the undertaking of the project or the granting of financial assistance. And the agency will, at the above stated time and place, hear all persons with views in favor or opposed to the project and or the financial assistance. So for a copy of the application, including a cost-benefit analysis, is available at the office of the agency for review by interested persons. I have a copy of the cost-benefit analysis here. I provide to anybody who may ask, and I will also read a copy of that as part of the minutes of this public hearing. The agency will be contemplating the requested assistance at their January 22nd, 2026 meeting at the IDA's office at 44 West Bridge Street, Oswego, New York, and is open to the public. The meeting will also be live streamed on the agency's YouTube channel and recorded and kept online according to New York State Comptroller compliance requirements for public benefit corporations. I'm going to go through a list of the cost-benefit analysis related to the project now. After that, I'm going to ask Joe DeMars with Huhtamaki is here to make a couple comments from the company. company, and then after that point, we'll open it up to any public comment for or against the project, or asking any questions. So, okay, cost-benefit analysis for the Huhtamaki Inc. project. This project involves the acquisition, installation, and commissioning of 2 paper product production lines at the Huhtamaki facility located on 23 acres at 100 State Street in the city of Fulton, including facility upgrades, reorganization of existing space, and the acquisition of related packaging and warehousing equipment. This advanced manufacturing expansion project will support the retention of Huhtamaki's 406 current full-time employees with an annual payroll of approximately $30.6 million in a community that is considered economically distressed. Huhtamaki is the 2nd largest manufacturing employer in Oswego County, as well as the largest private employer in the city of Fulton. Project costs associated with the equipment for the project is $955,070. The financing request from the company is an extension of the current pilot agreement for 6 years. It's a deviation from our uniform tax exempt policy to pay a fixed amount, and what has been proposed is a 1% increase per year over 6 years of that pilot agreement, so it's not a fixed number, it will grow over time. There is no other benefits being considered for this project, no sales tax exemptions, no mortgage reporting tax exemptions. And the impact of the project would be a $955,000 advanced manufacturing investment in manufacturing, which is the target industry in Oswego County. Would be additional volume and diversification of product and customer portfolio, which will bolster the plant's competitiveness and sustainability into the future. Will support the retention of 406 full-time positions and an over $30.6 million annual payroll in downtown Fulton, which is considered a distressed area. And it supports the increased production of products that are sold outside of New York in our area, bringing new revenues to the county and region. The IDA assistance, as I said before, there's no mortgage reporting tax exemption being considered, no sales tax exemption being considered. The only thing that's being considered is an extension of the current pilot agreement. The current pilot agreement runs until the end of 2027, so this would be, if approved, would be from 2028 through 2033. The pilot agreement, the value of that benefit is considered to be $233,227. And I think that covers it. At this point, I will ask Joe DeMars to make any comments on behalf of the company, and then we'll open it up to public comment.
So I'm Joe DeMars. I'm the operations manager at Huhtamaki Fulton. So I wanted to thank everybody. Mark Self wanted to come here. He's unfortunately sick today, so I wanted to extend his apologies for that. But wanted to thank the IDA, the city of Fulton, and community partners for in support of the pipeline agreement. Without this, I'm confident this project would not have been Fulton. Austin covered a lot of details of the project in his reading right there, but this project represents 2 die cutting and 2 forming sets of tooling. And we're going to be installing that equipment on 2 idle cut machines that were under Huhtamaki locations. Like I said, without this pilot agreement, I'm confident that would not arrive at Fulton. So it's an important project. Austin mentioned the $30+ million in payroll that we have here in Fulton. We do contribute a large portion to the economy. And I think it's important to maintain this business here.
All right. At this time, I would ask anybody from the public if you'd like to. What I would say is if you do want to come up here, state your name, just for the record, so we can properly capture that and make any comments you have either for or against the project, or if you have any questions. I don't know if you'll answer everything, but we can try to answer any questions you may have. Anybody have any comments? Okay. If not, we can end this public hearing at 3:40 p.m. on Tuesday, January 6th.